everyone, here I am with something fun. I'm here relatable today with a top knot on my head. I'm sure a lot of you guys have rocked this hairstyle in your lifetime. Something I want to do today is teach some of you guys that have short hair, maybe a fun style that you can do with your own hair. And then I also want to teach some of those hairstylists out there that struggle with short hair, what to do with short hair to make it look nice. I'm going to shake this top knot out as I'm talking to you guys. I have actually had short hair pretty much my entire cosmetology career. When I went into cosmetology, I decided to chop it all off right then. And for one, I knew I was always going to want to play with it. For two, it's a little bit easier for me and it's more fun. I spend my days doing everyone else's hair, so for me, short hair is a little bit less maintenance. As you guys can see, since the last time I was on camera, I have done some fun things to my hair, like color. For instance, I added some blue and some pink in there. So just so you guys can see what I'm working with, what I did, and something that's really cool about it. If you guys have seen the split dye before, I split my front and I just did a really heavy money piece, as we like to call it, with 1/2 blue and 1/2 pink. So it's a little dark, it's like raining outside and it's snowing and it's kind of gross, my favorite sort of weather, but that is why you guys can't see it as vibrant. So let me get as close as I can. Now, one thing that's really cool about the split is when you part it on the side and you bring it over, you have kind of now camouflaged your split and you more so just have like a lot of different colors and dimension going on. So that's how I decided to wear it today. Now, the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm completely prepped here. So I wanna show you guys all of the stuff that I have. Hair clip, right? Flat iron today. I am going to show you guys a few different things you can do to your short hair if you're bored with just wearing it all down and curled or something like that. But I'm going to show you a beach wave, and not just any beach wave. I'm going to show you more of that like bend, just messy kind of hair where you just see like a couple bends in it. A lot of pieces are still straight. Something that's really lived in and ready to go. Quite honestly, I don't wash my hair as often as people think. When I say that, I'm telling you guys I go like 2 weeks without washing my hair. I'm gonna give you guys tips and tricks for that too. So that is something that I definitely couldn't do my whole life. Once I became a little bit more high maintenance and I got into these vivid colors, it was just something that I had to adapt to. You just start adapting to all sorts of things when you have vivid hair. One of those things is you're not using white towels anymore. You're not using white pillowcases. If you are, they're going to be stained. That's just what happens. It's really funny because if you guys notice, I don't even have a white flat iron or something that has like color to it. And that's because sometimes when you're flat ironing, that heat can make that color fade off onto your tools. So let's talk about why a lot of these things happen and why I avoid doing a lot of the things that I do. I'm gonna go into this a little bit more in depth probably with each video that I have, but for right now, let's talk about how I keep this color in my hair without fading. So first things first, after I get it colored, I actually don't wash my hair for quite a few days. Now, when I say I don't wash my hair, that doesn't necessarily mean that I don't get it wet. Sometimes, like maybe in the middle of the week, I'll do something really fun, and it's called Restore by Kevin Murphy. I'm gonna show you guys what that is, and it's not a product sales pitch or anything like that, but I'm definitely gonna tell you guys about it because it's my favorite thing that I've discovered recently, and I think that if you have vivid hair, it's a must in your shower. One of the really cool things about this product is it's a 2-in-1, which is insane. I remember telling people back in the day, like, you cannot use a 2-in-1, it's just not healthy. I know Suave even makes a 3-in-1 where it's a body wash, a shampoo, and a conditioner all in one. And I used to tell people that is incredibly unhealthy. I don't even know how you're using that on your body. It's not doing anything good for you, that's for sure. But then I was introduced to this. Now, I'm gonna say 2-in-1 because it's technically a cleansing conditioner. So what that means is it's gonna cleanse your scalp a little bit, but it's gonna condition your ends at the same time. Now, this is going to be sulfate free, and it's really cool because it's not as intense as a regular shampoo. It's more of like a milk bath for your hair. It's really, really cleansing, but also leaves your hair really soft. It's hard to describe what this product does until you actually get your hands on it and get to use it. When I've been told what it did before I actually got it, I didn't believe the person that told me. I was like, no way, this is gonna make my hair soft, but it's a 2-in-1, especially for the type of hair that I have. This is what the product looks like. It's called Restore, and it's in this really cute little compact bottle, fits in my shower really nicely. Show it off a little bit. Something that's really cool about this is on the top of their bottles, if you can see about how big this is here, that's about how much of it you should use if you have a lot of hair. I'm gonna say with my amount of hair, if you guys can see like in the words there's an even smaller circle, that's about all I need. This little bottle here can last me, I mean, I've had it already for about a month and it's not even halfway gone. And I do use this more often than a regular shampoo or conditioner. So one of the things that's really cool about this, it has shea butter in it. The shea butter actually softens the hair a lot. I'm telling you guys what, I used this product one time and my hair felt like velvet. When it dried up, it was really shiny, it was soft, it was supple. It was like my hair had never felt before, and it's a cleansing conditioner. It's not even a mask, it's nothing like that. It literally cleanses your scalp while at the same time it's conditioning. It's a really interesting product when you use it too. I squirted it out into my fingers and I kind of spread it around because what you want to do is really emulsify it in your fingers before you put it into your scalp. If you're not doing that, you're probably going to use way too much product. And that's one of the reasons why people overuse product anyway, because they tend to pump a ton in their hand and then just stick it straight on their head, where a lot of people will stick it right here first, or they'll do the thing where they slap it together and then they'll just stick it through their hair and kind of scrub like in this area. That's not really spreading your shampoo. If you're gonna take some of it, squirt it in your hand and then give yourself a really nice rub through and then apply it with your fingertips in through your scalp and kind of massage it into your hair. Now, another thing too that people don't realize is the products that you guys are buying from Rite Aid or Walgreens or Walmart or things like that, they're not super concentrated. That's why they're incredibly cheap. Now, if you had a bottle, and I'm just gonna give this as a scenario, this is not a drugstore product. I was gonna show you guys this next. But say this was like a bottle of Suave or something like that. This much of your product is gonna be your concentrate, as where the whole rest of your bottle is going to be water. Whereas when you're buying a product from us, which I'll go back to this Restore, you're buying basically full concentrate. So what you need to do in your shower is add water to it. So if you're noticing you're not getting a lot of spread, a lot of suds, things like that, spread it as much as you can with your fingers, emulsify it, and then hit your head underneath of the faucet, give it a little bit more water and spread it around more, and then keep doing that until it completely spreads through. Now here's the thing, if your hair is so dirty that it's not sudsing, now this stuff isn't gonna suds, but if you're doing this with a regular shampoo, if it's so dirty it's not sudsing, what you need to do is completely rinse your hair out and then go back in with your shampoo and resuds. That's the best thing that you can do when you're using a shampoo that's not drugstore, especially if you're getting used to that switch. I know I have some people that use that $3 bottle of Tresemme and they say, well, I just get so much more bang for my buck because it's $3 for that huge thing. And then I say, are you really getting more bang for your buck? Because what's happening is you're probably having to wash your hair more often because you're not getting it super clean in the first place. They're using a lot of alcohols, and when I say alcohols are okay sometimes in shampoo and conditioner, but those really cheap derived alcohols, the ones that aren't high ingredients on the list, those ones are just going to dry your scalp out, dry your hair out, make your hair greasier, and make you feel like you need to wash it more. So buying things like this can really help you. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of my routine though. So when I first color my hair, I go in with my Restore. This is what I wash my hair with for the first time. Some people hate that word wash. Another thing that you can say is cleanse the hair, things like that. But what this is doing is it's getting majority of what I need off of my scalp while still keeping my ends really moisturized. If I feel like I need to go back in with a mask, I totally can. I don't usually, and I'm gonna tell you guys why in just a second. If I'm washing my hair that day, so say my scalp is dirty, it's my 9th day, she's really greasy, I need to go in and actually cleanse my scalp really well. This is usually what I'm doing. Now this is just the one I'm using right now. I experiment with these all the time. The next one I'm actually gonna buy is the Pureology one. We just brought Pureology into the salon and we have one called Sheer Blonde and I absolutely love it. Or hang on, Strength Cure Blonde, I'm sorry. I just said that wrong. But it's really awesome. I've been using it on a lot of my guests and I'm a really big fan of how it tones. So that's definitely the next one I'm gonna put in my shower when I run out of this. This one is Silver Magnesium from L'Oreal Professionnel. This is part of their Serie Expire line. If you guys can see, I'm gonna squirt a little onto my hand. It's incredibly pigmented. So if I kind of rub it through, my whole palm turns blue. And that's what happens to your hair too. I've definitely left it on a little bit too long and turned lavender. I wouldn't say this one's my favorite, and that's one of those reasons, because I don't want lavender hair all the time. Sometimes I just want it to like tone out the yellow that's coming through. But with that being said, it is a really nice one. There is something that you can do with it, which is called diluting it, and that's why I've had it for so long. Because it is so powerful, I can do a pump of this, a pump of regular shampoo, which I'm going to show you guys what I was using regularly, but I'm about to switch that as well. Switching jobs over to Alchemy has really made me try a lot of new awesome products. So I'm going to start kind of spotlighting those a little bit and getting away from what I used to use, but I still want to tell you guys about what I used to use and why I used it. So I didn't really think about this, but let me wash my hand off really quick. I have a towel right here. Okay. So this is usually my first wash. So if my hair's really dirty, I'm going to go in with this. I might dilute it. I didn't grab the shampoo that I used to dilute it with, but there is the shampoo by Matrix called Keep Me Vivid. I've had just great experience with this because it doesn't fade my color at all. I can wash my hair with this and my hair color doesn't even bleed out in the drain. That's one of the things I really liked about this. But I am discovering some more things that I'm definitely going to start trying. For instance, this Restore pretty much replaces everything that I ever need for my vivid hair. So I usually would use this, dilute it with this shampoo, mix it together half and half, wash my hair with it, rinse it, then I go in with my Restore. Now this is on a wash day. If it's a day where I'm not trying to cleanse my scalp, I use Restore by itself. Now the reason I like to wash my hair first is because that's gonna get all that accumulation, that buildup off of my scalp, the hairspray on my ends, any oils or waxes that I'd put in through styling throughout the week and a half that I hadn't washed it, things like that. The Restore, I just love because I feel like it makes my ends really soft. I let it sit on for about 3 minutes, kind of like a mask, and then I rinse it off. Now, this is something that is an extra step that I do sometimes. I don't do it all the time, but I do think it's an important step because when your hair is so lightened like mine, you need a little bit of extra love occasionally. Now, I am technically on day 2. I washed my hair yesterday, so you guys can see it's pretty shiny. It's pretty soft. I don't really have a lot of damage in my hair. Could I use a haircut? Yeah, but pretty much anybody who's lightened could always use a haircut. So right now, it's pretty good. I'm gonna tell you guys why it's so good. Now I use pH balancers in the shower. I'm gonna go over this a lot more in depth in a different video, but pH, what is it? pH is potential hydrogen, first of all, and it's a scale. So we have something that's alkaline, we have a neutral that sits at a 7, and then we have acidic. Now our hair and our skin lie in that acidic realm, okay? So they lie between 4.5 and 5.5. If you are using lightener, relaxers, perms, anything that's actually making a chemical change to your hair, it's bringing your hair more alkaline. Now sometimes it's still acidic, but it's just more alkaline than our skin, if that makes sense. So even 7 is technically more alkaline than our skin. It may be neutral, but it's more alkaline than that 4.5 to 5.5. So why am I telling you guys about pH? Okay, now have you guys ever done dishes and it's so hot in there that when you take your hands out and you dry them off, you need lotion right away. It's like your skin is really tight and it feels like you can't absorb anything. Like they just feel completely dry, tight. Maybe they're peeling or cracking from how hot the water was or how much dish soap you use. It doesn't really matter, but that happens to us. Now, when you put that lotion on immediately, your hands don't accept the moisture. It almost feels like, sorry, I have lip liner on me. I was testing some things. It almost feels like it won't absorb it and your skin is staying tight. Like it just has a mask sitting on top of it that it wants to absorb, but it's just not doing it because you've had your hands in hot water for an hour doing your dishes. So there is something that we can do to fix that. We can use, now people don't do this to their hands, but we can do something where it rebalances our pH of our skin so it can accept the moisture. And that's the big thing, is our pH is completely thrown off by the dish soap and the hot water and all those things, because the second you put your hands in water, they're automatically up to a 7 on the pH scale. That might be neutral, but it's more alkaline than your skin, so that's gonna make it feel more dry. Now, if you were to bring that pH down, you can actually accept your moisture again. Hands are a good example because people can all kind of feel that. What I'm talking about is when your hands get really dry after water and they just don't accept moisture. The best way to describe it though is your skin on your face. Now, a lot of people, when they get out of the shower, If you put lotion right on, it doesn't accept the moisture right away. But you can do things where you rebalance your pH, like a toner, for instance, on your skin, like witch hazel or other things like that. So that way you actually can accept the moisture from your moisturizer or serum or oil or whatever you're putting on your face, really. Now, hair's the same way, okay? That's why I told you guys that big story. Hair's the same way. So what I'm constantly doing is I'm rebalancing the pH in my shower. I use a couple different things for it. Right now, I actually ran out of my favorite one and I don't have the bottle, but it's called Service by Wella. If you're a stylist, you can get your hands on that. It's an amazing thing to even use on your clients if they're coming in for just like a blowout real quick in between their sessions. Maybe they have a vivid color and you're feeling like it's a little dry. Sometimes what you need is a pH balancer and not a mask. I learned that a long time ago. I have really fine hair. I have a lot of it, but because it's so fine, it gets weighed down really easily by things like oils, coconut oil masks, shea butter, those kinds of things. Argan oil, jojoba seed oil. I mean, they're all great for your hair, but is it right for me? Maybe, maybe not. People that have coarser, thicker, curlier even hair, maybe it's wavy, they need more of those heavy things. As for me, if I put those heavy things on my head, then I have heavy hair. It might feel soft, but I'm gonna have to wash it a lot quicker. So I learned a long time ago that what I really need is to balance out my pH. Once my hair starts to feel dry, it's probably because my pH is a little out of whack. I notice over time my hair tends to get more dry than it does greasy, and that's why I have to wash my hair. There are great things to fix that, but one of the ways that I avoid it is by balancing out the pH on my ends before I get out of the shower. This is what I use right now. I haven't found a substitute for this specific product. I'm sure that I will. There's probably other companies that make one. You, of course, can do things like vinegar rinses and milk baths and stuff like this, but this one is meant to not fade my hair color, and that's why I use it. I have used it on guests before. I'm a fan of it just for the fact that it rebalances your pH in the bowl. I use this on my hair when I color it. So yes, I color my own hair. I use this on my hair when I color it. So after I'm done with like my lightening and my toning, before I go in with my Vivids, I'll rebalance my pH so the porosity is a little bit more even. I will go into a video about porosity on a different day too, but porosity is basically the way that our hair absorbs moisture. If I lift my hair and I have a bunch of those like potholes or little areas that are gonna suck in more moisture, then when I go to put my color on, I'm gonna have those potholes in my color too, where you can see really dark pink or really dark blue or really dark green or whatever color I put in. So if I do this after my lightening and toning, it gives me a nice even road with no potholes to put my color over top of, so it takes the most beautiful. So I have to write you down step by step of how I actually use all this stuff. Sorry, I'm stuttering a little bit. But day one, when I wash, silver magnesium, possibly diluted with some shampoo, depending on if I need toning or not. I like this because I like my hair to be cool toned. If I had copper hair, I wouldn't be using this, okay? That's something I want you guys to know too. Blue shampoo has a place. Purple shampoo, blue shampoo, whatever it is, it's actually meant to tone. It's meant to get rid of brassiness. It's meant to help those white-haired ladies make their hair stay more white and bright. It's meant to help those blondes that are turning brassy get more blonde. I actually like to utilize it a lot with my Vivids because it helps my Vivids stay. It's just an extra step. If you guys look, my pink that I have in here, or purple, whatever your guys' eye sees, you can call it that, it's more cool toned. I can use my blue on it, it's fine. This up in here is more cool toned. I can use my blue on it, it's fine. Back in here, I did kind of like a baby blue mixed with a little bit of yellow